What's going on, guys? It's Salvaje and we're back at it again with another Fortnite video. Today we're not covering Battle Royale, we're covering Save the World and whether Fortnite Save the World is for you. This is going to be a very quick, straight to the point video, but also an informative video that is going to let you know whether Save the World again is for you or not. As always, a like on the video is appreciated because it helps the channel grow, and with that said, let's get right into the video. So I got Fortnite Save the World a couple of weeks back and I've just been hooked on it. However, I have noticed one thing in the gameplay loop that the PvE mode offers, and that is it's really not for everybody, okay? And I just want to be clear when I say this. Fortnite Save the World is not for everybody, so pay very close attention to what I am about to say because this is either going to make or break the game for you. Let's ask of course, the question that all of you guys are asking, since the majority of my Fortnite audience is of course from Battle Royale, but what about the V-Bucks, right? Well, I got Fortnite Save the World when I had 5,500 V-Bucks and I'm about to get 9,000 V-Bucks, okay? Just by playing Save the World, so that's like 3,500 V-Bucks so far that I have made, and I can make even more V-Bucks because of Quest. And on top of all that, every single day, you get a daily challenge in Save the World that gives you 50 V-Bucks. So that means in a month, just by doing the daily challenges in Save the World, you can get 1,500 V-Bucks, okay? So basically, that's enough to buy, I guess you could say, yeah, one epic skin in Battle Royale a month. The point is, and one of the things that I've noticed is, if you're not going to enjoy Save the World and you're not really going to put time into it, you shouldn't really get it for the V-Bucks. Now, with that said, what is the Save the World gameplay loop all about? Let's get right into that. So at its core, Save the World is just all about shooting zombies, or husk, as of course they like to call them in the game. So long story short, this game, you're just killing zombies all the time. Either you're going to destroy enemy encampments that is of course full of these husks or these zombies, whatever you want to call them, or you're defending an objective from these zombies that are coming at you, you know, wave after wave after wave, and then after a specific time amount of passes, or after you kill a couple of enemies, the mission ends. Or you're rescuing survivors by basically just, you know, killing the zombies that are trying to go after the survivors. But that's what Save the World is all about, and I just want to say it can be a very repetitive gameplay loop for a lot of people. However, it might not be repetitive for a lot of people like myself, for example, because I don't really think Save the World is about killing husk and it's about killing zombies. From the gameplay experience that I've experienced these past couple of weeks, Save the World is all about the grind, all right? If you're a fan of Destiny, you know, Destiny the game, if you're a fan of grinding in a video game to get powerful so that you can defeat the powerful foes, if you're a fan of Dark Souls, honestly, if you just like grinding in video games, Save the World is almost 100% definitely for you, all right? This game, at its core aspect, it's all about grinding, you know, you leveling up your hero, your weapons, and your traps so that you can become more powerful to of course deal with these husks or of course the enemy. And that's what I've just been loving so much about Save the World, that I have been grinding my ass off for these past couple of days just so that I can get stronger, just so that I can level up that specific weapon, just so that I can level up that specific hero, right? And that's what just makes Save the World fun for me. And believe it or not, guys, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it when it comes down to Fortnite Save the World. That's what Save the World is about. Now, of course, it can go a little bit more deeper than that if we want to talk about power levels or crafting weapons and all that stuff. But again, if you are interested in a PvE based experience where you can grind to become you know, more powerful, where your time is going to be very valuable and the time that you put into the game is going to reflect into the gameplay by how powerful you are, then Fortnite Save the World is 100% for you. Now that we got what Save the World is all about out of the way, let's just talk about the gameplay loop and basically just how rewarding the gameplay is. So for the most part, okay, one of the things that I really like about the Save the World gameplay loop is that it actually rewards you for being smart, okay? When I first started out, I was like, you know what, I just built a ton of walls around my base. I just put a couple of layers of walls on walls, and you know, I'm just gonna fight the zombies with my weapons, you know. But as I kept learning more and more about Save the World, I kept learning that there are a lot of effective ways and a lot of ways to deal with zombies by of course building these things called trap tunnels, basically tunnels that you build with your own materials where zombies basically just walk right through them, and then of course they get obliterated. the point is, there's a lot of strategy in the gameplay, and I really like that. That's another thing that has me hooked in Fortnite Save the World. I'm a student of Fortnite Save the World. I've been learning a lot about Save the World, and I just want to point out, if you're looking for a PvE cooperative experience where you want to grind and you want to become a student of the game, Fortnite Save the World is definitely for you. Honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, alright? I felt so much rewarded in Fortnite Save the World than I ever did with Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 combined. I'm not even joking, alright? And as you guys know, I've been covering Destiny since pre-alpha, but Fortnite Save the World has just rewarded me in multiple ways that just Destiny never really gave me. You know what I mean? The things that you want in this game, you gotta work for it. Like, for example, let's talk about the grind and, you know, what you're basically grinding for. For the most part, you know, let's say that you want to have a specific weapon, okay? If there's a legendary weapon that you want, you can grind towards that weapon. You can get weapon designs by dismantling blue weapons. You can buy legendary flux with gold that you get in the game, and then eventually you can go to this thing called the collection book, go to that legendary weapon that you want, and then basically just buy it. If you want a specific hero, if you want a specific soldier, ninja, or outlander, or constructor hero, you can go into the collection book and then of course grind to get the things that you need to get that hero, and then bam, you basically get it. You have to grind for, you know, getting specific materials so that you can craft your traps and you can craft your weapons. You can then of course level up these weapons and these traps. Like that, they increase in power level, just like the zombies are increasing in power level. Again, the gameplay loop on the grind is just something that I've been really enjoying about Fortnite Save the World. Another thing that I want to point out in this Save the World review and first impressions is the upgrade llama. So there are these things called llamas in Fortnite Save the World, and they're basically the equivalent of loot boxes, and they can speed up your progression by a little bit. However, from time to time, Epic gives out some of these free llamas, and they do help out your progression quite a bit. However, I've noticed that I've never really, you know, been in a position where I say, damn, I should really buy some llamas because I'm in a really shitty position where I don't really have any good loot or any good heroes. Because again, it's not really about having the best loot and the best heroes and the best weapons at the beginning for me. Again, it's about the grind. One of the things that I have noticed as well, and something that I really like, is that you get in-game gold, and with this in-game gold you can buy this thing called epic flux and legendary flux, and then with this legendary flux and epic flux you can increase the rarity of a specific hero that you have, so that of course you can get a legendary hero that's actually very valuable and very useful. Another thing that is really rewarding about Fortnite Save the World is of course the variety and the multiple gameplay aspects that of course Save the World brings. So what do I mean by multiple gameplay varieties? Well, there are 4, I guess you could say, main classes in the game. You have the Outlander heroes. These usually focus on farming, or they have area of effect type abilities like the Teddy or the Shock Tower. Then you have the Ninjas. They usually have movement abilities and sort of focus up on melee weapons. You have the Constructors. These are basically, I guess you could say, the tanks, but they basically focus on building. They have this base ability that makes their building pieces sort of like stronger. And then of course you have the Soldiers, which of course are basically the DPS guys. You know, they have their grenades, they have their miniguns, they have abilities that buffs up their assault rifles, and then of course, don't even get me started on the gadgets. You have gadgets that let you call an airstrike from the sky. The point is, there's a ton of variety when it comes down to the gameplay. But anyways guys, that's pretty much it. That's my review on Fortnite Save the World so far from 2 weeks of playing it. I've been enjoying it a lot, and I really do think this game is worth it. Don't wait for it to go free, because, well, if you wait for it to go free because you can't afford it, you know, that's cool. But if you can afford it, I definitely recommend that you buy it, because it's definitely an amazing gameplay experience when it comes down to PvE, if of course you like grinding and you are okay with the fact that you're going to be fighting zombies non-stop, okay? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. A like is always appreciated. It helps the channel grow, and of course feel free to subscribe to join the Salvaje Cartel for more Fortnite content and Overwatch, and of course much more. Peace out.